Hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So we're under threat of a pretty significant winter storm here in northwestern North Carolina. I think the forecasters are calling for us to get somewhere between about a trace and 5 feet of snow. So we got a little bit of room to play with there. But anyway, things are a little bit different whenever you live on a farm, and particularly whenever you live out in a much more rural area than what we were at the other farm. So we've got a lot of things to consider. We got feed, we got water. What happens if the power goes out for an extended period of time? How do we get in and out? Because we live about a half mile back off of the main road, and it's not maintained by DOT. So we get a lot of snow. We're going to figure out how to get out of here if we need to. But anyway, we got a lot of prep work to do. We're going to work on some things today. This is probably going to be a couple day video. We've still got 2 days to go. By the time you see this video, we're still going to have 2 days to go before the storm gets here. So things could certainly change, but we're going to prepare. We're going to get ready for worst case scenario. So hang out with us for a little bit. Let's show you what we do. Let's talk about some things to consider on your farm that you might want to be thinking about if you've got a winter storm, bad weather, or anything like that coming. Always pays to be prepared. So hang out with us for a little bit and let's get ready for the storm. Also, real quick, we're on a quest in 2022 to get to 100,000 subscribers. That's a big lift. We're at about 27.7 right now, so we've got a ways to go. So, reason I say that, if you've not, please go down, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell for notifications and follow along with us. We appreciate it, and we love having y'all as part of our Sheraton Park Farm family here. So, hang out with us. Let's get ready for a winter storm. So one of the first things that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move the brooder. This is the one that we just built. So, we're here in the shop. I want to move it towards the back. I don't want to put it outside yet because we've still got a couple of rafters that need to be put up in it, because I'm afraid if we put it out with the snow coming, we may crush the roof in. So we're going to move this back. The reason we're moving this back is we need this space here in the shop we're going to bring the truck up here. We'll put the truck inside so that we've got a dry, clean vehicle if we need to try to get out and go anywhere. And we're also going to put the New Holland in here with the bucket on the front and the box blade on the back, so we can get those items out too if we need to push snow or if we need to just get around. So let's see if we can't get this thing moved. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. All right, some of y'all have asked. She is alive. Mean as ever. Where you been?
In the trailer working.
Working, that's a relative term for you, isn't it?
No, I've been doing taxis.
Death in Texas.
Yeah.
All right. Glad you're back.
Sure you are. Well, how hairy was that? We didn't have it sitting
on the forks like like it should have. I think we had one side that was.
No, so the front end was sitting on the tips, but the back end wasn't sitting on the back of the fork.
Oh,
Until
okay.
you started moving them, then it.
Okay, so it wasn't settled on those fork extenders exactly like it should be. Okay, picture's up too far. So I think when we're ready to move it out to its final place, we'll just need to make sure that we're good and solid on those forks, and then I still think probably putting a strap around this thing to hold it to the fork carriage on the tractor will be a better plan. But anyway, we have some space freed up in the shop here, so let's move some other stuff around and get ready for the snow. So we're going to run out and get some kerosene, which goes in the blue jugs, and some non-ethanol gas in the red jugs. We're going to have 20 gallons of kerosene and 20 gallons of non-ethanol gas. Now the kerosene, we've got a couple of kerosene heaters that if the power were to go out, we can fire those up. I checked those the other day, filled the tanks on those, so they're good to go. Non-e-gas will be for the side-by-side, and 20 gallons is going to be more than we need, but you know, if we're going, might as well get it anyway. Non-e-gas will be for the side-by-side and also for the chainsaw. I need to get a couple more of the mixes for the steel chainsaw, so that, you know, if we needed to cut our way out, or, you know, if we got trees down or something like that, then we've got the ability to cut it. We'll just put this up. We also have a generator. That's another thing that the non-e-gas is for, is the generator. We've got a generator. Pulled it out a while ago. It fired up. We checked it out, so the generator's good to go. We've got everything stored back here, so we're ready in case we lose power, lose heat. We can at least stay warm and keep the refrigerators and other important circuits and that kind of thing running. All right, so what we're doing here is we pulled out an old hay ring that is more of a hay egg shape, but that's fine. And we're putting this down here next to Cinnamon. We're not putting it over in with her, but we put it down here next to her, so that if we get so much snow that she can't graze, you know, the snow gets too thick, then we can just bring her a bale of hay out and put it in the ring. And probably unrolling that bale would be a better practice, but I don't have a real good way to unroll it, and we'll just kind of see what the weather's going to do and how things are going to look. But we may just need to bring a roll out here, just drop it over in there, and then she'll have plenty of hay to eat. So got her a good setup here. So, and then she's got water. We still got water out here. We can bring an axe or something out, or hammer or something, bust that up. So need to move this back away from the wire, a little too close to the wire there. We'll get her fixed up. So feeding the animals, that's something you got to keep in mind. Bad weather's coming. You got to be thinking, how are you going to feed? Should have plenty of feed on hand. We ordered feed today. We'll have feed here before the storm gets here, but you got to keep that in mind. How you going to feed, how you going to water. Be ready for it. And I just thought of this. Some of y'all may be asking, it's the middle of January, why are you not feeding hay? Well, here's why we're not feeding hay. Look at this. We've got grass, y'all. I mean, I've got green grass under this that is still, I mean, we've got good stuff. There's plenty of dry material, still some green material in here. We didn't have animals on this in the fall, so this is all stockpile forage. And we don't feed hay because we don't need to feed hay. We let them graze. And she's growing, putting on weight, so. But we're gonna have her some in case she can't graze. That's the idea with putting the ring out here. So just like we did for Angel and the big hay ring, we brought a smaller hay feeder for square bales out to, y'all remember this is Lamb Chop and that's Barney. Fred is over there in the hut. We'll go see him in just a minute. I'll show you what we've done over there to prep for the cold weather. But brought a, everybody knows Angel. Hello, Angel. Brought a square bale feeder out here for these guys. Again, we've not been feeding them hay either because they got grass. You don't need to feed hay if you got grass. So we've been just letting them eat some grass. But again, we're expecting somewhere between, I don't know, 8 and 11 inches, 8 and 12, who knows how much we're going to get. Somewhere between a trace and 3 feet. So if we get too deep of snow, they won't be able to graze the grass. So we're going to need to be able to feed them some hay. So that's the purpose there. And then these are pretty nice. If y'all hadn't seen these are just made out of the frame from an IBC tote. Cut the bottoms out, bend them in, create a V, fasten them together with just a little piece of angle, or just a little piece of flat steel. A couple of self-tapping screws works great. Any waste falls down into the pan piece of the feeder, and you don't get any waste of hay. So that works out really good for them. Now let's go over here to the hut and I'll show you what we've done to get these guys ready for the cold weather. So these guys, we leave just a little shelter in here, a little hut for them. Goats don't care much for the rain and all. But there's Fred, and Fred is doing exactly what we're going to expect Fred to do during this snowstorm, and that's just burrow up in there. Brought a bale of hay down, just spread it out in there yesterday. So they've got back out a little bit. They've got plenty of fresh bedding in there, so they can get in there and stay warm and snuggle up. And then somebody gets in there and snuggles with them, and helps keep everybody warm. So, trick to making sure that your animals are staying warm during any of these kinds of storms, cold weather, is make sure they got plenty of fresh, dry bedding. That's super important. So, got these guys set up. Real quick on water for these guys. We've just got a Rubbermaid tub out here. Works out pretty good. They need a little water, but we'll fill this up, and if we get ice on it, we'll just come out and bust it up. Got a little ice on the top right now, but they can still get to it. So to further compound our winter storm adventures, we have something coming. It's supposed to be here tomorrow morning. I'll let the farm boss tell you about it. All right, what we got coming to compound our winter storm problem? What's coming?
70 turkeys.
What do we do to get ready?
Let's see. So we clean out the brooders from the last batch. We put new shavings in. And then we test all of our bulbs to make sure they're good to go. And then we set up our feed and water. This is a game bird starter. It's 28% protein. And then the water, we will take this drinker and put rocks all in here, all the way around, just to keep them from drowning. Because brand new baby turkeys find new and exciting ways to die. So we try to mitigate that as much as we can.
So, wrong time of year for turkeys, most people would think. So these will be our spring and summer.
Yep. Our ground turkey, as well as turkey legs and turkey wings. And sometimes we'll do split breast along with thighs. Our turkey sells exceptionally well. So that's what this is for. I've made a goal for myself this year to have ground turkey the entire season during the market, and that's going to be a lofty goal, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but like she said, our ground turkey sells really, really well, and so do our turkey parts, and so we've got a lot of customers that like turkey, and it's a different option besides ground beef and ground pork. So if we can provide it, we like to provide it. 70?
Yeah.
Now, not all those are ours.
Well,
some of them are going to the Mileses, right?
Yeah, 15.
15. So Jamie over at Seven Stands Farm, if you've not subscribed to his channel, go subscribe to his channel. I'll put a link in it, linked it in the description. Those guys are going to be doing some ground turkey as well. So remember back during Thanksgiving, we kind of split our whole birds with those, and he's going to do some ground and some other products at his market this year. So he's going to pick up, what did you say, 10, 15 of these?
10 or 15.
10 or 15 of these. So excited for them to add turkey to their product line. So yeah.
They actually sold just as many turkeys as we did.
Yeah, they sold.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they did. They sold a bunch of whole birds. So, all right, good deal. All right, so another thing that we've done, I didn't catch this on video because it was not much to it, but I brought this other bulk feeder out for the piglets because this old round feeder, we're gonna have to send it off and get a little work done. It's got a hole in the bottom of it. The gate in the top doesn't operate correctly. The lid doesn't fit right. It gets wet. See, it needs some maintenance. We've got the plans to build some of those bulk feeders out of IBC totes that Jordan Green at Farm Builder has published, and we need to build a couple of those because we're needing some bulk feeders for feeder pigs. But we just brought this out here so that feed's coming tomorrow. We'll fill this up. Actually, we may fill both of them through the storm just to make sure that they've got plenty of feed. We want to make sure that these guys have got plenty to eat. They have we put this out here, Jamie put this out here one day last week, new roll of hay. We'll bring them another roll of hay out here. I'm not going to do that today. We're going to put them another roll of hay in here so they've got plenty of, again, fresh, dry bedding. They've been here plenty long enough. It's time to move them off. We've still got a few piglets we've got to wean. And I'm probably going to wait, put those piglets in here that need to be weaned with this group so they can train on the wire, and then we'll move everybody out together because I don't want to split those up into two groups. So water on these guys, they've got the barrel waters. We'll just make sure that they're full. The nipples may be a little bit of a challenge. We'll have to figure out how to keep those from freezing, but we'll work on that. We've got some torches and we can heat those up and make sure that they've got access to water. Yeah, and we're gonna move the drinkers. Sandra talked about that the other day. We're gonna move the drinkers over here to this side so that they get sunlight a little earlier. This is a little bit of a shady spot, but we'll move the drinkers to the warmest part of the paddock so that they can thaw out and not freeze up, thaw out quicker. That'll help us out too. So, all right. That's it for these guys for now. So I think that's going to do it for today, and that gets done basically what we can get done today. So we'll do another video tomorrow. Our feed guy is coming. He's bringing us, I think we've ordered 6 tons of feed tomorrow. 2 tons of those are going to go to Jamie over at Seven Stands. So we got feed coming tomorrow. We'll distribute some feed out to the bigger groups of pigs. We're going to pull some hay down out of the barn. Some big rolls of hay down out of the barn tomorrow, and we'll distribute some of those out. We'll show you what we're going to do with those, distributing those out for additional bedding for some of the other animals. And we're going to get the vehicles ready. So we've got some work to do tomorrow, and then that's going to be kind of T-1 day on the storm. So lots of work to do. This is a little stressful, thinking about what potentially could go wrong and planning for that and being ready. not only for the animals, but also for us, individually. So anyway, please, we got a storm coming. Please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.